All right, so here we are again. Simplify by first converting to rational exponents. Assume all variables represent positive real numbers and give the answer in radical form. All right, so we have the fourth root of v, as in Victor, times the seventh root of v, as in Victor, cubed. And again, let's go ahead and follow these directions because they're kind of outlining what it is that we need to do. Simplify by first converting to rational exponents. So let's go ahead and convert this first radical to a rational exponent. So we know our base is going to be v, and our index or root is 4, and we don't have any power here, right? So our power must be 1. So when we convert this radical to a rational exponent, we'll have 1 over 4. And now times, again, we know our base is going to be v. And we now see a power, right? So our power is going to be our numerator. Our root or index will be our denominator. So we have 3 over 7. And now we have something that we learned, I think back in test 2, isn't it? When we were first introduced to exponents. Now we're multiplying like bases. And what do we do when we multiply like bases? What do we do with those exponents? Well, hopefully you recall we add those exponents when we multiply like bases. So let's go ahead and take our exponents, in this case 1/4 and 3 over 7, and let's go ahead and add these. And we recall that when we're adding fractions or subtracting fractions, we need a common denominator. Well, right now we have a 4 and a 7, so what's our common denominator here? And a trick you might remember from watching the video review series is go ahead and multiply these two numbers together, and oftentimes that will give you your common denominator. So 4 times 7 is 28, and that actually is going to be our common denominator. So we have to multiply 4 by 7 to get to 28, and whatever we multiply the bottom by, we have to multiply the top by. So we'll multiply by 7. Here we're going to multiply by 4, multiply by 4. And so really what we have is 7 times 1 is 7 over, now 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 3 times 4 gives us 12 over 7 times 4 gives us 28. And so now that we have a common denominator, that common denominator can simply move over, and that allows us now to perform the indicated operation with our numerators. So 7 plus 12, well, that gives us 19. This cannot be reduced, so we're going to go ahead and stick with 19 over 28. If you could reduce this, definitely go ahead and try to reduce. But again, let's go back to these directions because they want us to give the final answer in radical form. So we know what our new exponent is, right? When we multiply v to the 1/4 times v to the 3/7, well, here now we're going to end up with v to the, and now we know our new exponent, right? 19 over 28. But because they want the final answer in radical form, let's go ahead and take this rational exponent, convert it back to a radical. We know our base was v, so that's what's going to be under the radical. Our denominator is the root, and our numerator is the power. And so we have the 28th root of v to the 19th power. And there we have it, our final answer for number 13.